Yo guys, welcome to another Trade for the Living podcast episode. So today we're going to be talking about why I am thinking that we need to hold our Bitcoin longs over the weekend. Okay, so if we look at the charts real quick, before we look at the charts real quick, I want to share a few things, a few insight tips that you can use. So if we look at the funding rates, historically, when real good bottoms get created, you'll see that the funding rate at the bottom will flip negative, which means there would be an insane imbalance in the market regarding the amount of longs versus short traders. So you can see really good bottoms are normally followed with the funding rate flipping negative. So why I was still holding bullish for the whole of yesterday, even though the market went back to 101 as our buy zone was shared, was purely because we were looking at the funding rate. Now, for those that were in the Discord yesterday with me, that traded with me, we started early morning and I said, I'm hunting for longs. And as the day was going through, we were looking and waiting, and it was sometimes a little frustrating, but we ended up getting our 50% of the wick buy. I made sure that everybody in the Discord and everybody on my social pages got the entry. Now, why does 50% of the wick buy work? Very simple. When you look at massive liquidation events as well, like you can see on the chart here, when there is a big liquidation event, it basically the market from a charting point of view, you're looking at the low at the 12th of May. There's the low, the 12th of May. The market has unfinished business at that area, meaning a lot of guys got really wrecked, and at this stage, they want to reposition themselves. And also the market needs to basically make sure where the support is in. So we looked for the 50% of the wick buy, which is what we did. We used that low. Just going to work on this chart, perhaps. It's going to be a little bit easier for you guys. So we worked on the 50% of the wick buy based on the fact that the market was going to go and test that area for continuation onwards. Now, guys, this morning I went and I said to everybody that I'm thinking that we're going to move and we're going to remain bullish. Now, I've already given you guys two reasons for that already. I'm also adding to my longs now, and we're going to be talking about that real quick today. So back to the chart, and the reason I'm going to remain bullish is simple. When we zoom out a little bit and we go out of the 4-hour narrative, which is our swing trade narrative, let me just clean all the squibbles, and we go into, say, the weekly narrative. What we have on the weekly time frame is no divergence yet. Yes, everybody is preemptively anticipating that there's going to be divergence, and this sell zone is based on that as well. So from a large point of view, if we look at the market, from a large point of view, the whole idea is when there's going to be divergence in the market, we need to have a lot of small mom and dad kind of traders trapped in at highs. And the only way that that's going to happen is when the market pumps, when they're available to buy, or when their emotions take over. And typically, when that happens, when we look at the chart from that point, you'll see that the market will rally up in a really quick fashion, but you will have a scenario where your RSI does not make a higher high. And that trap for Bitcoin, that buy the dip top that we're looking for, could potentially only be at 112 and for the weekly time frame. One more thing that I think that you guys need to consider when we look at the weekly time frame is that weekly closes are extremely significant. So at the end of the week, when the weekly close comes in and we sit in a situation where the market gives us a blue candle, remember what I said yesterday. The Fibonacci sequence where we have blue candles, if you have a blue day or a positive day, if you have 8 positive days in a row and you get the 9th, you hold your position because you will potentially have 13 positive days in a row, because that's the next Fibonacci number in the Fibonacci sequence. And where we're at now, we're sitting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we get the next positive week, the 6th positive week, we hold, because then there will be 2 more, meaning it will take 2 more weeks for us to reach our sell zone. If the weekly closes as it is at the moment, that picture potentially goes away and we have to think of something else. Okay, now before I move into more before I move into more information regarding the charts, guys, if you want to trade with me in my Discord, if you want to join everything that I'm doing there, the charts I post, this is free for anybody. Anybody can just join the Discord. But if you want to be able to interact, chat, ask questions, any one of these things, any one of these members, if you go and have a look, they've got a partner role. Now, all you need to do, go to the navigation button in the Discord and you get a partner role. Simple as that. The partner roles is either going to be a Prime, Blofin, or a Bybit role. Today's video is brought to you by Prime XBT. So what do you get for the partner role? Well, that's more than just that. Okay, you get me in the trading room with you. You can trade with me. You can ask me questions. We can chat. It's literally just being part of the community. But also what you do is you get the buddy indicator. Now, if we have a look at what the buddy indicator has been doing for us yesterday as well. Okay, so yesterday when there was a high, let's quickly work over onto the 15-minute time frame. You can see what the power of the buddy indicator. It gets you in the right trade at the right time. So it tells you strong bullish divergence, strong bullish divergence. Look for a long between the purple lines. So if I zoom in there and you have a look at what happened there, the buddy indicator gave you that long. There's the two purple lines, gave you that long. You TP'd at TP1, you didn't get TP2. Once you hit TP1, stop at break even. It came back, it stopped you out. The market can be extremely spiteful, guys. It's just the way the market is. But then the buddy gave you another opportunity. It said, listen, this buy zone, it gave you an SO2 entry, which means you enter between those lines there. And that one now has gone to TP1, okay, and is on its way potentially for TP2, where we are now, and TP3 is still waiting. That's the power of the buddy indicator. There was a late, if there's another hidden bullish divergence entry that never got filled. And where we're at the moment, the market was looking for continuation, which failed. So the indicator, just like any trade setup, just like me, it can kick your ass and it can fail. But that is all available to you guys if you open your Prime XBT account today. Okay, simple as that. Now, let's continue on with what we want to see, or what I want to chart with you guys. So I'm going to head back to the daily time frame, or the 4-hour time frame, and we're going to look at this. So I've given you guys an entry for the short. So if you want to try and time the top for your altcoins or anything around that, the short term, remember there's waves within waves, the short term high, where I'm expecting us to actually start showing signs of weakness, would be at around 106 to 107. So where we're at right now, we're at a support area. So Bitcoin at 103,300, where we're at right now, is a potential buy or add to your long setup for a continuation. Now, I'm going to be taking that long now shortly in the Discord with everybody in the trade and chat room. So head over there. It's as simple as that. Okay. Now, let's then, oh no, I want to show you. I want to get over to this thing. Let's then take this 4-hour setup and this buy and apply everything that I teach in any case to where we are right now. Now, what can you see from this entire move? That what we've done now is we've got a massive pullback and we're sitting right above where resistance would be, okay, or where support would be for the 15-minute. So the market can wick through and give us a little bit of crazy. So the same setup as what we did yesterday is what we're looking for. We're looking for the RSI to start showing us signs that it wants to turn around, although price is still falling lower. It is too soon to buy it immediately. So everybody in the Discord will be with me, sitting on their hands, waiting for the turnaround. Once we have the turnaround, we will start looking for the market and we start looking for that additional entry. The triangle that I shared with you guys yesterday has now created a fake out. Remember, the cutoff time for the breakout is normally is planned for around 7 o'clock tonight. So, or 7 p.m. today. Okay. So any price action within this range, I'm going to be using to grab the long, because the breakout for that weekend pump, I think, is going to happen at around 7 p.m. there-ish today. So have a look at it, and then we'll see where we end. That's everything that I wanted to share with you guys for today. So remember, In conclusion, the larger momentum at play is still extremely bullish. The market will chop around where we're at right now because we're in the middle of a range. So from a 4-hour point of view, this green entry that I'm trying to look for, it's not going to be easy, because when you're in the middle of the range, it's where the market spends the most amount of time, and it can create these crazy little wicks. So we're going to have to be patient and in the Discord to try and get those entries in. Okay, that's it. Garth, you have a very lekker weekend as well. Myro, good morning to you, my friend. Stanko's here as always. And just while I have you guys here, who of you guys on this in the live at the moment took the longs yesterday with me and have some profit or made some money? Let me know. There's only 22 people, so let's quickly see who of you guys took that long and actually made some money yesterday. Okay, there we go. Closing remarks for the day. Let's maybe do that. Closing remarks real quick. We're sitting in a situation where there's a lot of these coins that are starting their banana cycle. They're basically falling, they slowly but surely building a base. Okay. The high that I am expecting for Bitcoin now would be the result, or would result in that most of these alts are going to move into their buy zones. Now, this one's quite early, FMC, I'm looking to add. Now, don't be mistaken. This is a 30% drawdown stop range. So it's not a leveraged coin that you can just buy and hold. You get wrecked. But the fact that the momentum is slowing down for Bitcoin, these coins are slowly but surely now going to start grinding in the area. And I will be looking for longs for them as well, because the upward potential is exceptionally high for these kind of coins. So the fact that I am expecting a green weekend and leading into sell zones is because I need this kind of buys for more coins to occur. Okay. Now, looking at Ethereum. Yesterday, I explained to you guys that Ethereum has more downward potential. We've lost support. We've now kind of reclaimed it on the 4-hour time frame. And the ultimate buy is still around $2,000 from where we are at this moment. Okay. That could potentially be where I will look for ETH. I'll update it slightly. I think the buy is maybe a little bit higher now. The fact that we made a higher high, but you can clearly see momentum is lost. So ETH, where it's at now, will potentially, when we do top out, Bitcoin does hit its marker and start selling down, will come down violently. The alts are like a leverage coin, like Bitcoin on leverage, but it's just spot. They're extremely volatile. Their swings are big. So you're going to have to anticipate that. So don't try and time the dip too early, because if you do that, you're going to get left in wreck behind. So I'm selling at the moment spot. I'm not necessarily buying, and I'm looking for the dip so that I can get in there. Okay. This doesn't mean that on the 4-hour I cannot trade long. I'm allowed to have any bias I want as a trader. Okay. So if you want to participate in what I do during the day, I do this for a living, guys. You're more than welcome to join me in the Discord. Links everywhere in the description. And Prime unlocks the access, so you'll be able to chat and talk to me the whole day, whatever you need. Okay, there you have it. Took it. Renee made some money on there as well. Yes, nice one there. Okay. And let's see what else we had. Altec is still in this long. Well done, buddy. So me and you, we've got some unfinished business. We need to go look for that, where we can add to our position long, because we've got a nice bit of distance between our entry and where price is at this moment. So looking forward to do that. Guys, have a lovely day. Thanks so much for taking time with me. We'll be back next week with another Trade for a Living podcast. I am planning on doing a video this afternoon for you guys, if there's anything crazy on the alts. So make sure to hit the notification icon so that you get notified if I do go live in the afternoon for the alts. And that's it. Have a lovely day, guys. Cheers.